Welcome to my channel, where your adventure into the future starts right now. Step into a vibrant universe filled with groundbreaking technology, breathtaking alien landscapes, and exhilarating sci-fi narratives that challenge your imagination. From daring explorations of distant galaxies to haunting journeys through dystopian societies, we uncover the most captivating stories and innovative ideas that will shape the world of tomorrow. Subscribe today and join us on an incredible intergalactic voyage that promises to inspire and thrill. The galaxy's stance on Deathworlders has become an essential and ever-evolving aspect of galactic diplomacy and security. Deathworlders, a term used to describe species originating from planets with harsh, often life-threatening environments, present unique challenges for intergalactic relations. These worlds are filled with extreme predators, unpredictable weather systems, and environments that push their inhabitants to extreme measures to survive. This harshness has shaped the biology, psychology, and societal structures of Deathworlders in ways that are both fascinating and concerning. In fact, it is this very resilience, tempered by extreme conditions, that makes them capable of violence and destruction on an unimaginable scale. A key reason why the galaxy has adopted a strict no-war policy toward them. Deathworlders are beings that come from planets so hostile that only the most adaptive and ruthless creatures can survive. These planets typically feature ecosystems full of aggressive, often sentient, predators, unpredictable tectonic shifts, and environments where survival itself is a daily struggle. These conditions lead to Deathworlders developing remarkable strength, cunning, and an aggressive nature that is not just an instinct but a survival mechanism ingrained in their very biology. The societies they form are typically focused on strength, resourcefulness, and tactical thinking, with a strong reliance on warfare, defense, and control of their environment to ensure their continued survival. Because they are accustomed to living under such constant threat, many Deathworlders have developed traits that make them less inclined toward peace or negotiation and more inclined toward aggression or forceful persuasion. Given this cultural backdrop, Deathworlders are viewed as potentially dangerous entities by the wider galactic community. Their aggressive tendencies, survival instincts, and combat prowess make them a wild card in any interspecies relations. In a galaxy populated by more peaceful and temperate species, the presence of Deathworlders presents a constant risk. The cultural differences between these species often exacerbate tensions, as Deathworlders may view non-combatant civilizations as weak or overly idealistic, while more peaceful species may perceive Deathworlders as uncivilized or unnecessarily violent. The disparity in mindsets can quickly escalate, leading to conflict. Understanding these dynamics, the galaxy has carefully crafted the no-war policy as a diplomatic tool to maintain peace and avoid catastrophic wars. The core tenet of the no-war policy is that open warfare with Deathworlders is a risk that the galaxy cannot afford to take. These beings are capable of immense destruction and often do not operate within the same constraints or limitations that other species do. They do not view the use of force as a last resort but as a necessary and often immediate response to threats. Their societies are built on hierarchies of strength, and any challenge to their status or survival is met with swift, often brutal, retaliation. For a Deathworlder, the act of war is not necessarily about conquest but about asserting their right to exist and maintain their way of life. This mindset can be difficult for more peaceful or diplomatic species to understand, which is why conflict often arises when misunderstandings occur. The no-war policy, therefore, serves as a tool to maintain stability within the galaxy. It is a strategy born from experience, born from the understanding that war with a Deathworlder species could lead to immense loss of life and resources and destabilize the entire galactic structure. The galaxy is vast, with many civilizations coexisting and relying on each other for trade, knowledge, and peace. A war involving Deathworlders, especially if it escalates across multiple systems or species, could result in an unprecedented loss of life, the destruction of entire planets, and the destabilization of galactic economies and politics. For this reason, the policy works to avoid direct confrontation and, instead, uses a combination of deterrence, diplomacy, and containment to keep peace. The no-war policy is not about appeasing Deathworlders or ceding to their demands. It is a pragmatic approach designed to reduce the chances of a violent escalation. The policy encourages constant diplomatic engagement with Deathworlders to understand their needs, concerns, and motivations. Diplomatic channels are regularly opened between Deathworlder representatives and other galactic species to foster dialogue, and these discussions focus on conflict resolution rather than conflict itself. The goal is not to change the nature of Deathworlder societies, but to find a way for them to coexist peacefully with other species despite their inherent aggression. Furthermore, the no-war policy incorporates a system of checks and balances designed to prevent Deathworlders from exerting excessive influence through violence. While diplomatic efforts are encouraged, they are often accompanied by a careful monitoring system. Galactic councils and neutral observers keep watch over interactions with Deathworlder species, ensuring that no one side becomes too dominant or too aggressive. There are also measures in place to ensure that any military action is highly regulated and only used in response to clear threats, with the use of force being seen as a last resort rather than a first option. These safeguards are essential because of the sheer unpredictability of Deathworlder behavior and their capacity for violence when they feel threatened. One of the central challenges of the no-war policy is managing the perception of Deathworlders among the other species in the galaxy. While the policy encourages peace, it also requires constant vigilance. There are always those within the galaxy who see the Deathworlders as a threat to be eliminated or subdued, especially when they are viewed as aggressors in a particular situation. The policy must constantly walk a fine line between deterrence and diplomacy, ensuring that the potential for violence is minimized while still preparing for the worst-case scenario. There is a delicate balance to be maintained. Any misstep could result in a conflict that could spiral out of control. This is why the galaxy relies on advanced intelligence and predictive modeling, gathering as much information as possible about Deathworlder cultures, behavior patterns, and potential triggers for violence. The no-war policy also recognizes that not all Deathworlders are inherently hostile or destructive. Many species from Deathworlds are incredibly intelligent, resourceful, and capable of forming alliances that benefit the broader galactic community. In fact, some Deathworlders have been instrumental in helping other species deal with existential threats, providing solutions to problems that would otherwise be insurmountable. In this sense, the policy is built on a pragmatic understanding that while Deathworlders are dangerous, they are also valuable allies in certain contexts. This is why the galaxy has chosen to work with them rather than eliminate them. The policy emphasizes a mutual understanding. Deathworlders must be understood not as threats to be eradicated, but as complex beings with their own needs, fears, and cultural dynamics. The ultimate goal of the no-war policy is to create an environment where all species, including Deathworlders, can coexist in peace. However, this peace is not easily achieved and requires constant effort from all sides. The policy is built upon an understanding that survival in the galaxy, for any species, requires collaboration, compromise, and above all, respect for each other's existence. Deathworlders, while fierce and unpredictable, are as much a part of the galactic community as any other species. Their presence is a reminder of the galaxy's diversity and the need to protect that diversity by fostering understanding between radically different cultures. However, the policy does not ignore the potential for conflict. It recognizes that tensions may flare, and when they do, the galaxy's response must be swift, calculated, and measured. The response involves not just military deterrence but also the reinforcement of diplomatic and peacekeeping initiatives. Galaxies, after all, are not static, they evolve and grow, and so must the ways in which civilizations interact. The no-war policy will continue to adapt as the galaxy changes, but its core principles avoiding conflict, emphasizing diplomacy, and valuing the survival and contribution of all species will remain constant. The no-war policy regarding Deathworlders is a carefully crafted and strategically vital aspect of galactic governance. It is not a policy of appeasement, but one of survival and long-term peace. By recognizing the unique challenges presented by Deathworlders and seeking ways to avoid violent conflict, the galaxy ensures that its vast and diverse civilizations can continue to coexist and prosper. This policy demonstrates the galaxy's commitment to a future where peace and cooperation are possible, even among the most unpredictable and potentially dangerous species. It is a reminder that the strength of the galaxy lies not only in its military power or technological advancements, but in its ability to engage with difference and to seek out solutions that benefit everyone. The no-war policy is a testament to the power of diplomacy, the value of understanding, and the importance of living in harmony despite vast differences.